haven't already heard, Gininda is coming to court this morning at 10 a.m. at the Pretoria North High Court. But guess what? This is how I imagine he's standing in front of the mirror, getting ready. Because guess what? Brigadier Gininda has been late to court before. In the next clip, you just have to see how desperate Baloyi is to cover up for Gininda being late. And he says, "My lord, let's adjourn." And my lord says, "No. I'm sitting right here." And he says, "No," but Baloyi then says, please wait for us in the hallway." And my lord said, "I'm very comfortable in this chair." This is how I think Gininda is getting ready right now, getting ready to get to court. Let me know if you recognize the sound. If you don't, then I know you are not a TikToker, because here goes.
I know I'm coming. They know I'm coming. I know they gonna be there, and they know I'm gonna do the best job I can possibly do.
Let me know in the comment section whose sound that is, if you recognize it, okay? But most importantly, if you know the sound, then why are you not following me on TikTok? Please make sure you follow me on TikTok. Follow me everywhere, okay? Because recess is coming and we're going to have a lot of fun. So here goes. So let's go ahead and listen in to Advocate Baloyi. So my thinking is, the focus is on Gininda, who is coming. But do you know who you need to also pay a real close attention as he gives his evidence in chief? Well, rather, as he leads Gininda with his evidence in chief, it is Baloyi. Baloyi. How many times did I say your name? Because you have to hear his tendencies. And his tendencies are, you already know, is to ambush the defense. Not only just ambush them, but set some strict rules and regulations. And when the defense does not comply, he runs straight back to Daddy Judge Rata and report the defense team. Will this be a tense session? Is this the finale? This is definitely going to be a grand finale. What are your predictions? It is going to get hot and heated. Is Ngomezulu and Judge Rata going to have a 2.0 arguments from where they left off? Because Ngomezulu's been behaving, okay? It has been months since Ngomezulu and Judge Rata drew the line in the sand. Nobody has crossed on either side. What is going to happen? It is definitely going to be a tense session. This is Baloyi's chance to shine or drown. What is he going to do? Is he going to show us his desperation, or is he going to finally throw in the towel and throw out this case? It's really so interesting. You know what? Go ahead, watch the following. I'll be back with the rest of my commentary.
My lord, a serious dispute has arisen between the defense and the state as regards the order that the court made yesterday.
Which one is that?
The state stance is that the court ordered that the dockets, that is now the Nongoma docket, and the other 4 dockets be perused here in court.
Yes, quite.
In fact, the court remarked that they may not be taken home.
Yeah.
However, the defense were of the view that the court order can be interpreted in such a way that that copies can be made of those dockets, and we therefore could not reach
those are privileged documents, are they not?
An agreement yesterday. Indeed, my lord.
I mean, and if you know your law, those are privileged documents.
Yes.
The state, the accused are not entitled to those documents as a matter of right. If you read State versus Chabalala,
yes,
in the Constitutional Court, it tells you that is part of what C of the docket.
Well, it's in our view, it's additional information.
Yeah, fine. But the point is,
they are not really.
They are not yet charged, yes, in the technical sense. The matter was supposed to be enrolled, and the prosecutor in Post Luras,
yes,
came with a new version of the law that
yes,
he doesn't have jurisdiction,
yes,
which is not correct.
Yes.
And the charges were never laid, in other words.
Indeed, they accused.
And then, as Mr. Brigadier says, they decided that they should investigate all those dockets, 4 of them. And thereafter, because they are situated in different parts of the country, they must apply for consolidation.
Indeed, my lord.
What section is that? Consolidation.
The centralization,
Centralization
of,
Mr.
of the charges.
Yes. So you can charge a guy having killed a person in Cape Town, and then he goes to so-called the border of Mozambique and South Africa.
Yes.
And then you consolidate those cases, the cases handled here in Pretoria.
Yes.
Because the Supreme Court is the Supreme Court or the High Court of South Africa. If you read, there's nothing like the High Court of Gauteng. It's the High Court of South Africa with subdivisions in Gauteng, Northwest, Cape, KwaZulu, KwaZulu-Natal, whatever.
Yes.
But it's one court in essence.
Indeed, my lord, and we've already seen in Exhibit B that there was centralization of the charges in this matter.
Yeah.
And we again this morning listened to the recording, and that's precisely what the court said, my lord. The stance of the state is exactly in line with what the court ordered yesterday.
Yeah, but I made an order that they must be read in court. Is that not so?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, so what's the problem? Mr. Ngomezulu, what is the problem with the order?
God praises, my lord. My lord, the defense and the state, after we adjourned 2:30, we went to the office of my colleague, Mr. Baloyi,
Yeah.
with the purpose of obtaining such copies. So it came this morning that there is a dispute regarding that. But yes, the whole of afternoon yesterday, there was no such a dispute. But in relation to, if I can take the court back to the request that we made during the evidence of Mr. Mkhani, Sergeant Mkhani,
Yeah.
the court made an order that we should have access to the docket.
Yes, of course, yeah.
And there
But
was
not copy anything. That's why I said it must happen in this court. Because the last time you remember what happened.
I remember what happened.
Yeah,
my
the
lord.
order was taken and shown to your clients. That's why I said the rider is. It must not even taken to my sitting room.
My lord, it all emanated from dockets 163. But now the state is alleging serious allegations against the accused.
Where?
And in terms of state versus Shabalala, he was supposed to disclose such information for a purpose of consultation.
Which one? Which information is that?
I mean, regarding the alleged or pending matter of murder,
In the Nongoma case?
the Nongoma case.
No, state versus Shabalala is not applicable. Please.
That's what was.
State versus Shabalala is applicable to a case which is going to be heard at a particular time, where the indictment is drawn and where your clients have pleaded. Then you give, as a matter of constitutional right, in terms of state versus Shabalala, then the state is obliged, they have no choice, to give you all the contents of the docket, which they are going to use, except, of course, classified information.
My lord,
But this is not applicable to no one. I said I'm making the order in fairness to you because there is a possibility that you may want to glean information which affects the admissibility and otherwise of the confession, and you want to raise certain issues.
But my submission, my lord, is that when the court remembers, every time the state is disclosing new evidence during the course of the trial, within the trial, was furnishing us with the contents, of which such contents, most of them, were not discovered during the trial. In this case, the issue of 163 started during trial within the trial. So why is the state at this stage reluctant, if during the course of it was, we even call it ambush discovered? Why are they not open before this honorable court and give us the content so that we go through?
No, but Advocate Ngomezulu,
Yes,
the state has been ordered to hand over the dockets to you guys.
yes.
The proviso is that they must be read by you in this court. You can read it to page 1 to page 100, no problem. But you're not allowed to make copies of those.
Court
That's the
pleases.
order. It's a simple order.
That has not been done.
And I never said you can't make notes, but you can't make copies.
Court pleases.
So that is the order.
Do you see why I said watch out for Baloyi? Baloyi. He was barely breathing, okay? He was barely breathing throughout that submission because the defense team was stressing him out. They were stressing him out and trying to change the meaning of the judge's order and now making copies of the docket that he doesn't want anyone having copies of. I mean, he was so stressed he could barely breathe. He was huffing and puffing. This was a hilarious clip. Make sure, rewind it. If you missed it, rewind it and go back and watch how Baloyi does it. I mean, is this a learned friend or is this a toddler telling their father what their sibling has done. Their sibling, of course, that is visiting from Eslaleni. Baloyi, that was hilarious. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. But the man could barely breathe. The man could barely breathe. Let me know your thoughts on that clip. But you know what? As you know, in true Mzansi Unfiltered style, there's definitely more. There is more nuggets that I found. Let's continue on.
And I'm saying this because there's evidence here through Sergeant Bokhanu that he doesn't know you, Mr. Gomezulu, and your attorney. He doesn't know how you acquired that information, which is confidential to the police. Do you remember that? Yeah, you remember. The investigating officer in that matter, he says he doesn't know how you gained access. You are not to blame, your attorney. He doesn't know how your attorney gained access to that confidential information. It was not officially acquired, because according to Mokhano, if it was, he has to authorize it. So it's not just a simple thing like his job and deliberations are governed by the Official Secrets Act. Did he say that? I mean, he said that. That's why I'm making such an order. Remember, there's a...
As the court raises, my Lord, will be given an opportunity to make our submissions also on this issue.
Which one is that now?
This issue of that you are dealing with the copies of dockets.
No, I've made an order, Ms. Mchololo. Dockets will be read in court.
As the court raises.
What submissions do you want to make? So have you read the dockets?
No,
How long do you need? 3 weeks? 2 months?
We have not yet received them.
Hello?
We have not yet received them.
Yeah, because you said you wanted to make copies. Where are the dockets?
They are available with Brigadier Gininda.
Where's Brigadier Gininda? Hey, yeah.
Amadokodo ababazama bafunda izono njengoba babadala impikiswano kodwa akhona abobrigadier naye angaze wakhipha ukuthi abameli bakwazi ukufunda.
So how long do you need to read those dockets? Because yesterday you had about two and a half hours. How long do you need?
I think we don't even know how many pages are there and what.
I saw those dockets, they're thin. I was looking at them.
They are thin, madam.
Yeah, thin. I was looking at them. How long do you take to read 100 pages?
I can't confirm their thickness or their thinness. But I think we need to be at the first with the docket, because it's not only reading them, it's to read and analyze them at the same time.
If I may
10 minutes break, madam, then we come back to the problem. Okay, how long do we take to peruse them?
Indeed, that was going to be the suggestion, that we adjourn for 10 minutes. Then we assess the dockets and see how long.
Where are the dockets? I want to see them, because I saw them yesterday.
Yes. They are with the Brigadier Gininda Malot. He's just parking outside.
He's parking?
Yes. I'm told he's just making his way to court.
Oh, I see.
I think he was delayed along the way. That we adjourn at least for 10 minutes, Malot.
No, I'll adjourn after he comes. I want to have a look at the thickness. I saw thin dockets.
As soon as he's here, Malot, we'll let the court know. Maybe the court can just wait in the corridor.
Yeah, I'm comfortable if I'm seated here. You should get out and leave me alone if you're uncomfortable. If you need the whole day, you'll get the whole day. But the proviso, as I say, is you read them here in the presence of the prosecutor. Because I remember I once handled a case of a certain police general. He was charged with whatever. Was amongst the charges was allegations of fraud and what have you. And what happened is they just used the Official Secrets Act to classify the documents. I don't know if you were in that group of prosecutors. And the prosecutor decided they can't go on because about that charge, because
the documents need to be declassified first.
But who says the court can't do it? Because you've got to explain why you classify them. I'm charged with killing a person, then I classify the post-mortem report. That's how nonsensical sometimes the classification is being abused in this country. Are you aware of it?
Yes, possibly.
Oh, somebody just classify the
Such instances.
the post-mortem report, and as a result, you can't prove why this guy was, what is the reason for his death or her death.
Yes.
It's classified.
Yes. Even the instance that the court alluded to of fraud, I mean, it's nothing secretive about documents that are in the docket. But most probably it relates to tender procedures,
yes,
procurement procedures, and all these things.
That's it. And those documents were classified. And the joke is, when another head of intelligence was appointed, they immediately declassified those documents, and the charges were reinstated. You remember Sergeant Mukhale said after the disclosure of that document that he now fears for the life of his witnesses.
Indeed, my lord, and that is the main reason why.
Yes, you remember, he said, I thought me saying that. He says now I fear for the life of my witnesses.
Yes.
But you see, court officers are court officers before they are attorneys or advocates of their own clients. They take an oath to uphold the law and the constitution of the country. So if the case has not been fully investigated, they know the consequences.
Yes.
And then you have access to the docket. The matter is not fully investigated or finalized, being investigated. But here there are special circumstances which make this court to say they can peruse the docket, because it may be Mr. Gomezulu and others, they want to use the contents of the docket in disproving the allegations against their clients. I don't know.
And indeed, my lord, the state wants to meet the defense halfway, but there's a serious concern that if copies are made of those dockets, that might spell the end of the investigation in those matters. So there's really a serious concern here.
Yeah. But under apartheid, I can tell you, the judges of old, they had so much power, they could ask, why do you want to use the docket, Mr. Gomezulu? And you say, hey. And then the judge reads the docket alone, not with you. Doesn't even make the docket available to you. And then he tells you, I've read the docket, this exigency we're dealing with, I don't think you need this information. There was no accountability then. Then the judge, he makes that ruling, but he doesn't think it's relevant. It's irrelevant. You can take him on review and appeal, fine.
That's the reason for the doctrine, Sesanto Ratonelege's case at Ipselex. Yeah. If the reason of the law ceases to exist, the law must fall away. So on the introduction of the Constitution, that that law had to fall away, not by privilege or by choice.
Yeah, no, I say the law has changed.
That's correct.
Yeah. But when we were practicing, the judge could even determine what evidence should be led in the interests of the security of the state. Hello?
The attorneys back then challenged it because the court once asked me whether I challenged the lawfulness of the arrest of 1 and 2. So that Security Act, did the judge challenge it?
Hey. Yeah, some of us try to challenge all those, but the judge, because the judges had such a wide discretion, they would listen to you, and after that make a ruling. But now you're entitled in terms of the Constitution to challenge anything and everything. I'm level on.
I think the current position is that there must always be a connection between the exercise of power and the rationale for for such exercise
right,
of
yeah.
power. So there's that balancing act currently.
The Administrative Act. What's Act 60? What's the section? There must be a rational basis for the decision which a judge takes, or any person who exercises public power.
Yes.
Is that not the law?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, it must be based on rationality. And that was developed after the 1960, is it 60? No, sorry, 1966, the Constitution? The first
1996, yeah.
1996, so the first Constitution.
Yes.
Yeah, administrative law was developed then.
Yes.
But before then, it was just difficult.
Indeed, no. I wonder if we should not take the adjournment. I wonder what the hold up is.
Okay, let's adjourn. You'll call me. Normally. But this one also is worse because it's not yet, the investigation is not yet finished. Is that not so?
That is correct, my lord. Actually, all of them.
Yeah, fine. So it's a special dispensation this court has made for fairness.
We've already checked the affidavits. In the one case, okay, there are 18, the other are 19, the other one 20, then 10. So all in all, it's about 67.
67 pages.
We're looking about 70, roughly 70 affidavits.
Is that all?
That is all, my lord.
Okay, let's adjourn until 2 o'clock. And then you can peruse those dockets. What's the time now? The time now? 10 to 11. We've got 3 hours. 12, 1, 2. We'll reconvene at 2 o'clock.
I don't think I have ever seen George Baloyi, Prosecutor George Baloyi, so hot and bothered and needing to get the hell out of that courtroom to call a Brigadier Gininda so desperately and be saying something along the lines of, "Where are you, dude? Where are you? You are in contempt of court. What do you mean you're not even nearby?" It took Brigadier Gininda more than 10 minutes. They adjourned for 10 minutes, but then there's still plus. Of course, I edited all that out. He was probably late for a good 30 minutes. A good 30 minutes. Where was he and why was he late to court? Is this something we are going to see as a habit since, he's an exam writing LLB student? Our learned friend. What an interesting clip. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. But one more thing. Let me know your thoughts on Judge Rata, the storyteller. Are there going to be more stories in this finale of the SENZO MEYIWA state case? Witness a presentation. How is it going to flow? I'm really, really curious about that. So make sure you go ahead and drop your comment in the comment section down below. But one other thing, it reminds me of Gayton McKenzie, who said, "I never went to Paris. I never went to Paris." Minister of Sports, Art and Culture. And then Jiggy EFF has some information on him. Make sure you catch this video up here. I'm going to link it up here. Make sure you catch it, and I'll catch you on the other side, and we'll talk more about Gayton McKenzie and spending almost R1 million on a trip he says he never went on. But I digress. This is the SENZO MEYIWA trial. Gininda takes the stand. In a few hours, we're counting down at TikTok. Let me know in the comment section where you are joining us from, because justice for SENZO MEYIWA is still the order of the day. Make sure you drop those soccer emojis down in the comment section down below and type justice for SENZO MEYIWA. Let's get the ball rolling. Thanks so much for watching. If you've made it this far in the video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and absolutely share this video with the last 3 people you chatted with on WhatsApp. If you've watched all the ads, you absolutely have my heart. You're my VIP gang. And to become a channel member, okay, to have exclusive access to our defense team emojis plus is definitely by hitting that join button, okay? And I promise not to rob you. It is absolutely affordable. And there's going to be some extra content that I'm going to be doing today. So please make sure your notification bell is turned on. If you're watching us from outside the club, please consider subscribing so that you also get the notifications on my next upload. To all the sweet, beautiful messages I get, comments, okay? I see your comments. I love them. Thank you for encouraging me. Some people say they cannot sleep without an upload. Some people say they're addicted to my voice. Oh my God. Should I start singing happy birthday on your birthdays? Should I make that a membership benefit? Let me know in the comment section down below. To my shy gang, you too count on this channel. Make sure you drop a soccer emoji in the comment section down below as we're here together, gathered for justice for SENZO MEYIWA. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on my next upload. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on my next upload.